Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Fenyx. I'm Fenyx, but you can call me Feeny, and today we're going to be playing Lumen. So, Lumen. As I mentioned in my last video, which you can watch right up here in the top right corner, it's a game that you can play mindlessly anywhere if you're waiting in line or sitting on something for multiple hours, even though you really shouldn't be sitting on that thing because somebody else has to use it. Anyways, this game was a huge disappointment for me. Let me explain. So, I have a game that I adore, and it's one of my favorite games ever. It's called The Room, and then The Room 2, and then The Room 3, and then The Room 4 made me motion sick, but we still love her. The issue was that Lumen looks like it may be a mobile version of The Room. Why? I don't know. I think it was really just the app art. Okay, so I'm going to interrupt real fast here because I actually remembered why I associated Lumen's art with The Room, and there's actually one little step in between there because it wasn't quite apples to apples or whatever. It is because there's a game that is similar-ish to The Room, and that's called Boxes, and it's got boxes and you solve puzzles opening boxes. The Room is more of you're trying to escape a room, you're trying to solve puzzles in a room, like it's a bigger space. So after playing The Room, which I loved, I wanted to look for other similar games, so I found Boxes, tried it, didn't like it, returned it, and then because of Lumen's art and depiction of a box, it just immediately reminded me of the box, or Boxes. So that's where I got the association. On with the video. The pictures on the App Store, would have shown me that it's not that, but I had hopes that it would be a room, and it was not a room. So throughout this entire video, you will probably hear a lot of disappointment from me because I had high hopes because The Room is awesome. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it because when you're playing it, you feel smart when you figure things out, or at least I did, and that was most of the fun. Anyways, so on to the actual content of the video. Lumen was a fine game. I started off on my computer and it was fine. I found the puzzles pretty easy. The storyline was a bit cheesy in my opinion, and I did not appreciate having to click and use my trackpad for this. And I know for a fact I would not like using a mouse, even though I'd never used a mouse on it. It's just clicking. It's literally just clicking and solving a puzzle, making the light go from one place to another to reveal part of the story. And I didn't care. The story didn't capture me, the story didn't interest me, none of that. So, yeah, that's great. Moving on, I guess. I'm gonna talk about my iPad now. iPad, it was better. This game is made for mobile. I'm sorry. It's available on Mac. It really plays better when you can touch stuff. So with that in mind, I did enjoy it more. It was less cumbersome to play, I would say, with the iPad because you could touch it multiple times and that just felt, I don't know, less cumbersome to me. But again, uneventful, disappointing, boring if not boring, because I found the puzzles really easy. I didn't find the puzzles very hard. So moving on to iPhone, this is going to be a quick video apparently. So iPhone. This was the best platform to play it on, and I maintain that because it is small. There's no need for the entire board to be taking up a 12.9 inch screen or anything bigger. It doesn't need to be that big. It's not like Gris. You can watch the video in the upper right hand corner where the character's really small. That's just not the case here. So there's really no need for it to be on a big screen. Also, it means the game's portable and you can play it on a plane, in a line at the grocery store, or sitting on something that somebody else has to use, but you really just want alone time. Moving on, so the saves. Let's talk about the saves. The saving was fine, no issues. Again, boring section. Boring in a good way. Quick section. Quick in a good way. So, overall, the game was fine. There's nothing wrong with the game. I just found it a little too simple, and with the expectations of the room, it was a disappointment. And that really probably tainted my play experience of the game. Another part of my dislike of the game is that it not only was too easy, but it felt like a time waster easy, and not a fun time waster easy. For example, I have a match 3 game that I might cover on Apple Arcade, we'll see. And I find that pretty fun because you are getting coins, you have to strategize a bit with the match 3 to, you know, like make sure you can get it within an amount of certain moves, and you're like earning coins to buy things and moving from place to place. But it's just more interesting and more rewarding. This one was absolutely not rewarding in my opinion. I guess you would call feedback loop, the reward receptors in my brain were not going off. So alas, here we are, Lumen, Lumen, Lumen. And with that, I'll leave you be. Bye.
Yeah, hey. Cause I can't write, I can't learn my lesson. I can't write, take antidepressants. Illness and welfare robbed my adolescence. My friends.